Coming up in this episode, Saints sign proactive youngster. Leeds legend retires after World Cup success. And refs boss under review. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. So, where do we begin today? Well, there's some news coming out of the RFL as they have announced that they have stood down Steve Ganson, the former Rugby Football League's head of match officials, subject to an internal review of his department. Rugby League Live understands. Ganson, a former Super League match official in charge of more than 300 games, is currently not carrying out his role as the governing body looks into an unspecific matter. Ganson did not attend their recent pre-season camp for match officials in Tenerife, despite his senior position within the department. It has now been confirmed that he is not currently at work as the RFL investigators carry out their review. There is currently no indication of what the review's timescale will be. He, though, has been in charge of in the role since 2016. On the field, he's officiated in the top flight since 1996 to 2013. From the official RFL statement on the matter, Steve Ganson will not be carrying out his role as head of match officials at this current time, pending the completion of an internal review. Currently, it is expected that will be temporary, and the RFL will not make further comments until the review is completed. Dave Elliott, the former Warrington and Cumbria player who has been a match official's senior coach since early 2021, having worked with the England Performance Unit, will lead the match officials department while the review is ongoing, and will be supported in the role by the RFL's chief on-the-field officer, Dave Rotherham. This all came about presumably after strong comments made by former leading match official James Child, who claimed to feel as though his confidence had been eroded internally. James Child had stepped away from officiating after more than a decade as the sport's leading referees, but one off. Speaking to 4020 magazine, Child said, "What I've always found difficult about refereeing are not the external pressures, that is a given. Starting age 12, progress through the ranks, and you kind of get used to it, even though there have been incidents I've been involved in when I've been abused. The internal pressure and criticism, all the threats, swearing and shouting, however, that grows tiresome, and sport, including officiating, relies heavily on confidence. If you've got 26 players and 10,000 people in the stadium questioning your decisions, you've got to have confidence in what you are doing. If you feel as though that's being eroded internally as well, you do start to wonder who has got your back." Charles then talked about how he spent 2 days with the 2021 RFU referees at Twickenham, and he arranged to go off his own bat to do that, and found it interesting and enlightened, but felt because of that, rugby league structure for referees may be in some ways quite wrong. It was very relaxed yet professional environment. The boss was really jovial. They were critical of one another in constructive ways. I gave them a flavour of what our group reviews would be like, and they were taken aback. They were not used to the combative, in-your-face criticism that league operates in, and it showed me how it could be run. As we know, in every sort of walk of life, when it comes to bad decisions made by people, every walk of life, it's either arm round the shoulder, a whack around the head or showing what they've done wrong. We need to balance that. If they're doing it in the referees, where they have TV evidence, mic'd up conversations, then people can actually find out what's going on and do it constructively as a team bonding exercise. This may change the standard of officiating to a higher level in this country, and those 10,000 people that will be complaining will be proven wrong. We just have to get on the referees a good side and keep them on side, as we need referees to play our game. No two ways about it. Without them, we cannot play the game. But going to Steve Ganson's situation, if he's going about it like the 80s rugby league coach about decisions, wrong decisions, good decisions, bad decisions, then there needs to be an adaptation on what he does in the role. Hopefully this review doesn't find anything too untoward, just pulling up the boss to say, you've got to change, otherwise we're going to lose more referees. Now we come to the story of James Simpson, who has been the face of Wheelchair Rugby League on national TV screens, as well working with the RFL to help promote the Rugby League World Cup. But for some sad news, Leeds Rhinos wheelchair and England player Simpson has now announced his retirement from the game after an outstanding 10 years career. The Leeds-born player, who made his debut for the Rhinos in 2012, played in 7 grand finals with his team and won the title in 2018 and again in 2021. He also captained the side to their 3 Challenge Cup victories and the League Leaders Shield victories in 2019, 2021 and again in 2022. On the international stage, James has been a regular for England and having won 31 caps. He played in the World Cup for the first time in 2017 and took part in being part of the World Cup winning squad of 2022. Speaking about the announcement, Simpson said, "I made the decision a few years ago that I would retire from playing after 10 years. I was in the army for 10 years and I played for 10 years and I just thought now would be a good time for a new challenge. After waking up the next day after the World Cup, I called my partner and I felt such a sense of fulfillment, and I knew I'd made the right decision to end my playing career, and now it's time to move on to something else. I would like to thank everyone who has been a part of my journey as a player. I've been really lucky to be an ambassador for the World Cup and to have a voice in the game. Over the last 10 years, I've seen the game grow so much, from playing in little sports halls to playing on the big stage in front of 5,000 people. I'm stepping away from the game at the time where I was seeing the games reach these heights, and I'm proud to have been part in that. Hopefully, I've had an impact as an ambassador. I've seen the Rhinos go from losing every week, every game we've played, to winning the treble. So it has been great being part of a team that has gone from rock bottom to being challengers every year. It's been an honour to represent my home city and to play alongside some great players. It's been such an amazing ride, and I'm proud of everything I and the club have achieved, and I'm looking forward to what the future brings." Simpson isn't moving away from rugby league completely, as he is staying on as a coach at the Leeds Rhinos and doing stuff behind the scenes to help promote the sport, and also rugby league team Leeds Rhinos to even a bigger and better platform. He's going more into a full-time role when it comes to the coaching, and he's also dedicating time to the second team that Leeds Rhinos have got now, as they continue to grow the sport. Speaking on the club's website, Gary Hetherington, chief executive of the Leeds Rhinos, said, I would like to congratulate James on his outstanding career. He joined the Leeds Rhinos team 10 years ago at a time where there was a little profile for wheelchair game, and over the decade he has played a huge role in growing the sport to where it is today. He has enjoyed many highlights as captain with the Leeds Rhinos, leading them to success in the Challenge Cup and Grand Finals, and ended his career in the world stage as part of the England squad who secured the World Cup. James has been a great ambassador for our club and the wheelchair game as a player, and I'm sure he will continue to influence the sport and enjoy more success as a coach. Simpson has been through so much during his life, as he undertook several missions in his 10-year stint in the military, from Central America to Iraq. In 2009, whilst in deployments in Afghanistan, James tripped an improvised explosive device whilst on a routine patrol, causing life-changing injuries which saw him lose both of his legs, 3 fingers and the muscle from his right arm. Following a lengthy recovery process, he discovered the sport of wheelchair rugby league whilst watching his beloved Leeds Rhinos at Headingley in 2013. After a training session with the Leeds Rhinos wheelchair team, Simpson was hooked and has never looked back, going on to being within a whisker of winning the World Cup with England in 2017, and then winning it on that night in Manchester in 2022. At 19 years old, a young man named Wesley Bruines has already enjoyed a remarkable journey in rugby league and joins St Helens ahead of the 2023 season on a 1-year deal. The outside back from Dewsbury missed out on a scholarship contract as a youngster, but went on to feature for the Yorkshire Under-17s, England Community Lions, and at college before catching the eye of now Wakefield boss Mark Applegarth. Bruins spent 2 years with Trinity before rejecting a deal with the reserves to embark on a journey down under, where he went on to feature for the Under-21s team at the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I didn't do any scholarships. I didn't get picked up, so I continued to train on my own, Bruins told Rugby League Live. I found the gym and started training on my own and was playing at college under Mark Applegarth, who was the coach at the time. He saw a bit of talent in me and had me train with the academy at Wakefield within a month. I was training with them and Saints came in for me. I wasn't signed at the time, so I had a bit of a decision to make. This was in the academy and I was already training with Wakefield and I was being looked after, so I stuck to where I was and signed a 2-year deal in 2020. I struggled a bit at Wakefield with injuries. My time there wasn't as good as it possibly could have been. They offered me a reserves deal, but I thought I wanted to do something myself. I wanted to make a name for myself, and I didn't want to get stuck in the system. And that's when about 5 of us thought about going to Australia, and 2 of us ended up going. We both ended up going to different places, and ended up on a different journey. Bruins moved to Coffs Harbour as an 18-year-old, working as a landscaper. He arrived expected to play the Euro for Coffs Harbour Comets, before catching the attention of South Sydney Rabbitohs. He went on to say about that, I played a couple of games and a month later had signed with South Sydney Rabbitohs under 21s, playing Jersey Flegg, Bruins said, going on to make 9 appearances in their competition. Personally, I didn't expect that. I was going to play a year countryside and go from there. All happened within 2 months. The young man did admit that he got homesick following a visit from his father and decided to contact an agent and explain his options back home. And it came as a surprise when St Helens came calling, offering the youngster a 12-month contract and the number 34 shirt. I couldn't believe it when I got the call, he said. It's unbelievable. The last year has been crazy. When I came back, I was living with my family, but now I've started training. I've moved over with T. Ritson. By chance, we both have the same agent, so they put us in a house together. We've been proper looked after by Mike Rush. It's been unbelievable. My goal now is to make my Super League debut. I want to make a name for myself out there. I want to earn a spot and a longer contract and keep on learning. So that proves that the road less travelled can be successful sometimes. Talented enough, you probably will be picked up. The young man has travelled over 40,000 miles to do that, but in 2 years he's playing for the champions of England. Not a bad way to go. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that nice little notification bell for any updates on new videos in the comments that are coming your way. Thinking of two things at once there. I'm just thinking about the comments section, as it's open for business and everyone can make a comment on this video. Tell me what your thoughts are on the 3 stories, as there is a little bit of intrigue in there. And I want to thank you for continuing to watch the channel. I'll keep bringing them, but you keep watching them. Anyway, again, once more, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.